Hello everyone, welcome to Sci-Ease. In the last video, we discussed about the characteristics of particles of the matter. Here in this video, I am going to discuss the states of matter. You know what matter is, that you know that anything that has mass and occupies space is a matter. Matter exists in three states, that is solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. Now, in this video, I am going to compare solids, liquids and gases, that what are their properties. You take some materials like notebook, pen, thread and any other stone like this, and you draw the boundary of these materials in your notebook. So what you observe? They have definite shape, they have definite boundaries and they have definite volume. So what are they? They all are solids. So first characteristic of solid is that solids have definite shape and volume. Both the things, they are definite, shape and volume. I will take solids first, then liquid and then gaseous state. Now next is, when you sit on your bench, desk, you try to compress the upper part of the desk. Can it be compressed? No. Why? Why no? Because in solids, the molecules are closely packed and there are very less air spaces between them. They are closely packed. Why they are closely packed? Because of the strong attractive forces between the particles or the molecules. So I will show with the help of the diagram what is the arrangement of the molecules in case of solids. Like this. They are closely held. Why closely held? That I have told you, due to the strong attractive forces between them. So this is the case of the solid. Very less air spaces, no air spaces, closely packed. You can draw like this. Now next is solids. They can't be compressed. I have told you solids. Second point you write, molecules in solids are closely packed. You can elaborate this point by writing that they are closely packed due to strong attractive forces between the molecules. Third is, solids can't be compressed. That I have told you, they can't be compressed because there are no air spaces between the molecules, so they can't be compressed. Now next property, that solids, they have surface. Solids, they have surface. Next point, that is about the diffusion. Solids, they can't be diffused. Okay, solids, they can't be diffused with one another. Diffusion, less. But it can be diffused in water, but solid, they can't be diffused. They can be diffused, like I have told you that when we put crystal of KMnO4 or potassium permanganate in water, it will diffuse in water. It will take some time, and then the whole solution that will become purplish pink in color. Now this is all about the solids, but 2 points I want to discuss here. That is rubber band a solid? When we stretch rubber band, we see that its shape and size that will be changed. We are applying force on the rubber band, but as soon as we release that force, it will come back to its original size and shape. And when too much of force that is applied on it, it will break. So solid, this is a solid and it has definite shape. Now next point regarding the sponge I want to tell you. We say that sponge is a solid, but that can be compressed. Why it can be compressed? Because it has porous structure. Some pores are there in between in which air is trapped. When we squeeze it, the air that will be expelled out and it can be compressed. Okay? So 2 cases I want to tell you, that rubber band is also a solid and sponge is also the solid, but they show some of the other properties like compressibility and changing of the shape, etc. Okay? Now come to the liquid state. Liquid, you take 50 ml of milk, water, coconut oil or any oil, vegetable oil you can take, and measure it with the help of the measuring cylinder and put them in different containers like mug, beaker, conical flask and so on. So what you see, that in case of liquids, the volume that is definite, but shape is different. They take the shape of the container in which the liquid that is poured. So the first point is, liquids do not have definite shape but have definite volume, and they take the shape of the container in which they are poured. So this is the first point. Now second point, molecules in liquids, they are loosely packed. Molecules in liquid are loosely packed. I will show with the help of the diagram how the molecules they are packed. Here they are loosely packed. Why they are loosely packed? Because here the attractive forces between the molecules, they are not so strong as in the case of the solids. Okay? So you can elaborate this point also. They are loosely packed because they have less attractive forces between the molecules. Then next I want to tell you that liquids, they also have surface. The liquids, upper portion, that is liquids, they also have surface. But one thing I want to tell you here, that when the liquid that is poured on the floor, what happens? Milk, like you know that when it boils and we are not aware that it has boiled, milk has boiled, so it will flow. हम कहते हैं कि दूध की नदियाँ ही बह गई. Okay? So What is the characteristic of the liquid? That liquids that can flow. So they are known as fluids. They are known as fluids. Liquid can flow. Liquids have surface. Liquids, they have surface. And liquids, they can flow. That is why they are known as fluids, because they can flow. Now, what about the diffusion? Diffusion is there in case of liquids. We take two solutions, like we take roux afza and milk. Put roux afza in a milk, and after some time you will see that the whole milk that will become pink. Why? Due to the diffusion. What is diffusion? Movement of the particles from the higher concentration to the lower concentration. So here the diffusion is there. So liquids, they can be diffused. Now next, come to the gaseous state. Now, you take certain gases, oxygen, or we prepare hydrogen in the lab, and we collect them in the gas jars. Okay? So gases, they neither have definite shape nor volume. This is the characteristic. Neither have definite shape or volume. So the other properties of the gases, here I will show the container having the gas. Here the molecules, they are far apart from each other. The molecules in the gases are far apart from each other. Molecules are far apart from each other. Why? Because the attractive forces between the particles, they are almost negligible. Okay? They are far apart, and the attractive forces, they are negligible. Can gases flow? Yes, gases can also flow. You burn the incense stick in one of the corner of your room, you will see that by the process of diffusion only, the whole room will be filled by pleasant fragrance. Why? Because the gases, they can flow, okay, and by the process of diffusion. So 2 points I have covered, that gases can flow and gases can be diffused very easily. Gases can be diffused very easily. Now next point, gases do not have any surface, no surface. Solids have surface, liquids have surface, but gases do not have any surface. Now, come to the point that gases, they can be compressed. They can be compressed very easily. You know that oxygen in the cylinder or CNG in the cylinder, that can be compressed very easily, and large volume of the gas, that is there in the cylinder. So gases, they can be compressed very easily. Gases, they can be diffused. And you know that oxygen that is dissolved in water also. The aquatic life that depends upon fish or any other aquatic life, that depends upon the oxygen dissolved in water. For the survival of the aquatic life, this dissolved oxygen and dissolved carbon dioxide is there. It will exhale the carbon dioxide, fish, through the gill slits, and that will be dissolved in water. So I have told you in detail about the properties of, or you can say differences between, the solid state, liquid state, and gaseous state. So one point I want to write here: gases can be compressed very easily. So sometimes difference that is asked, or some reasoning questions, they are also there. Why gases, they can be compressed? The molecules, they are far apart from each other. Okay, such type of the questions. And they are also the fluids. Both liquids and gases, they are the fluids. With this, our very important topic, that is states of matter, and which is very important also, that is finished. I will come in the next video with another topic of this chapter. Till then, thank you very much. Thank you once again.